and that lets you save.
Look here.
True Form Life.
Green look on.
Welcome to another edition of Exploring Mind and Body. I'm your host, True Form's Drew Tadia. Today we're talking about meal planning. We've got a recipe, chicken breast burrito, and we're talking about negative news. All coming up on...
This is Exploring Mind and Body with True Form's Drew Tadia, fitness expert on 96.5 CKFM.
In this segment, I'm talking about a scale. Oh, the scale, the beloved scale. How I loathe you. Scales. I really dislike scales in every way I could think of. What's a scale for? I don't know. To make a person unhappy, I'm guessing. That's what we have them for, isn't it? You want to feel bad about yourself? Jump on a scale. Want to lose some self-esteem? Jump on a scale. How about failure? There's the scale. I really don't know what a scale's for, but let's think about it. Let's try to break it down, because to me, not much good comes out of one. I just went over some negative aspects. Let's see if we can find some positive ones. It tracks your weight, I guess. Lets you know if whatever you're doing is working, or does it? Do we understand the scale and how our bodies work? And if we do understand, do we believe it? I'm going to have to say no on both accounts. Then we have the BMI, or Body Mass Index scale, which is absolutely ridiculous. I might have to say that again. No sense is what this equals. This scale sets a person up to fail. If a person is bigger, they're obese. If a person is muscular, they're obese. Who's the proper weight according to this scale? Maybe supermodels who are unhealthy looking, and a cartoon character. That's who. I know my opinion isn't going to make a whole lot of people happy. I think doctors still use this method. I know I had to learn it and pretend I know how it works. I mean, I know how it works, but I don't know how to make sense of it. I get a question about it from time to time. Sounds something like, my BMA says this, so I have to lose this much weight. I'm like, wow, you're going to have to find someone else to train you to be unhealthy. I hate to go back to society, but that's what it is. We think we have to watch the scale to be healthy. We think we have to weigh this much because this actor or actress weighs that much. Then we have the BMI scale, which clearly has its flaws, which follows right along with, if you're not fat, then you're skinny. Sorry, that's how we work. Pick one. I have no idea who made this scale, although I probably should for certification reasons, but I don't. The first couple times I used it, I thought very little of it. I was primed, ready for season, single-digit body fat, and I learned about this scale that tells me that I'm obese. How could anyone compete with what this scale has to say? What it comes down to is what we know, what we believe, and what we're told. In every aspect, we have to do our own research and find out the truth. We have to realize everything we're told isn't always correct. And as hard as it seems that there are industries out there that are set out to deceive us, it's true. We need to wake up and realize the scale doesn't control our lives. How about an affirmation, you won't control my life? How about writing that on your scale, if you won't throw it away? I have so little use for scales. They cause more problems than anything. We should seriously do a study about obsession, depression, and the link between scales. I know I'm not all that serious, and even in this segment, I've made fun of a few things, but in all seriousness, I bet there's a correlation. How about the hard work we put in? How about the grueling workouts we put ourselves through and the strict exercise regimen we're on? Can we be happy about that? Can we celebrate those small victories? Set those as goals. Each workout instead of each pound? How about reaching your goals of a healthier lifestyle, healthier meal, or a pant size instead of a pound? Look, let's be serious, folks. A scale won't run our lives if we don't let it. Can we all come to an agreement that will put less emphasis on the scale and more focus on the positive aspects of what we're doing? Can we do that? Can we make tangible goals, break them down, and follow those as religiously as we would a scale? Can we surgically plan each day, each step to follow our health and fitness dreams without a scale? How's that for a challenge? Let me know if anyone can do that. I'd love to hear from you. If there's one thing I know we need to stop letting a number machine control our happiness, our successes, our failures, and our victories.
True Form Life.
I went to a business meeting the other day, not really knowing what to expect. I knew there would be food, some people I knew, and that was about it. I made the crucial mistake of not eating beforehand, which I'll explain later in this segment. The more I increase my knowledge of food, the cleaner I eat. Maybe to some of you that would mean the pickier I am, or the less options I have. Whichever spin you like to put on it, I eat better. The regular food choices don't pertain to me. I just don't eat them. There's no discussion, no argument within myself. I'm not torn or really thinking about that slab of bacon. The more progress we make And the clean foods we choose, the less we desire less quality foods. We adapt. That's what humans do. That's why our species has survived for so many years. It's a wonder how we'll survive much longer with the food choices we make. In fact, it's not a wonder. We won't. And that's all there is to it. If we find a way through medication, if we do find a way to survive, it won't be any existence that's enjoyable. You can bet on that. But we can see a slow adaptation to change, or adjustment, for those who don't like the word change. There's a growing number of people that are becoming more popular, whose purpose in life is to educate others on food and what it does to our bodies. They teach how we can heal naturally and how we can increase our quality of life. We have Jamie Oliver, who reaches school systems, or at least tries to. He speaks about what we're doing to our youth by feeding them refined, processed foods, and he cooks and teaches adults the same. We have David Wolf, who's a superfood expert. He talks about Chinese medicine and how foods can actually heal our bodies. We have Dr. Mercola and Hollywood Dr. Oz, who don't exactly believe in controversial medicine. The list goes on. A new person pops up every day who's willing to devote their lives to teaching others how to live healthier. The main thing is we take the first step and make a decision that we're going to make better choices with our food and our bodies. Upon showing up at this meeting, there was food. And as I stated earlier, I didn't eat beforehand, so I was looking forward to eating. Going out, for me, isn't a regular occurrence. I like to know what's in my food. I like to know how it's prepared. And that's not so easy when someone else is preparing it. So I choose to make my own food whenever possible. What I found was food that surprised me. Although I'm not sure why, I think I forgot what it's like for the average person to go out and eat. It's not so easy, is it? The choices they give us aren't exactly ideal. I found rolls, cereal packed with refined sugar, served with cow's milk, ham, bacon, hash browns, more rolls, and eggs. Oh, and thank heaven there was some fruit. I had to make a decision quickly. I didn't want to be rude and walk back to the table without food on my plate. Plus, I was starving by the time I got to the food. What I did was fill my plate with as much fruit as possible, without looking like I was the only person interested in fruit. Then I had some eggs and potatoes, hash brown style. It was a good learning experience all around. I was happy I was invited to the meeting. There's good people there. And as for the food, I learned another lesson in preparation. We need to prepare. And that's all there is to it. I should have ate beforehand, especially not knowing what to expect, and then help myself to a bowl of fruit. Personally, I would go home and eat after, but if I knew I had an appointment right afterwards, or you're in the same situation, and have work right after a meeting, a shake is a great option, or a jar of trail mix that always stays in my car. So there you have it, my story about food and preparation. Remember to always prepare ahead of time. It'll make all the difference in your food choices and quality of life throughout the day.
Exploring mind and body with True Form's Drew Tadia would not be possible without the help from the following sponsors: Health Street, Shoppers Drug Mart, and the CLC Fitness Center, uniting together for a healthier tomorrow. To find out more about Drew Tadia and True Form Life, or to become a sponsor, visit TrueFormLife.com.
This week's recipe of the week is a chicken breast burrito. This is a quick and easy recipe that anyone can make. So I'm going to share with you how to do it, how to make this healthy meal in no time. This meal is roughly for one or two, depending on if this is a meal or a snack, and also depending on how much a person eats. So if you're cooking for more than one, add extra ingredients as you like. On a plate, we're going to throw on one chicken breast and add seasoning for taste. Today, we're going to use lime and Cajun seasoning. Sprinkle on as much seasoning as you like and squeeze on about a half a lemon. Maybe more if you especially like that lemon flavor. Flip the chicken breasts around and make sure both sides are well seasoned. While this is marinating, we're going to prepare the pan we're going to cook in. I've chosen a pan so I can share with you the best way to use it. It's always better to bake or barbecue meat, but in this case, let's say there's no other option. We're going to throw some olive oil into a pan and heat it up. You may also want to consider grapeseed oil. I've heard the properties don't get damaged in grapeseed oil as much as they do with other oils when heated. This is the important part. You want to make sure the pan is well heated and hot before you throw in the chicken breast. You can drop some water on the pan first to see if it sizzles. If it does, the breast is ready to throw on. And if not, wait a few minutes for the pan to heat up. We do this so we can seal the flavor into the breast. Once the pan is heated and sizzles when drops of water is dropped in, it's time to toss on the chicken breast. Drop it on one side, let the meat sear, and quickly flip it over to the other side. Both sides should be seared or relatively cooked on the surface to keep the flavor in before you move on to the next step. While the chicken is cooking, we're going to prepare what we're going to eat along with the chicken. So let's chop up some red onion, a tomato, and spinach leaves. If mangoes are in season, they're packed with nutrients and flavor, and are really nice to add. So you can add in some mangoes if they're available. Throw these items into a bowl, squeeze some more lemon juice on top, and add sea salt for flavor. although the salt isn't always necessary. These flavors alone could be enough for you. You can also slice up an avocado for some extra flavor and those healthy fats. So by this time, the chicken should be done. So we're going to place a whole wheat tortilla on a plate, throw in that chicken breast, add the ingredients we just mixed in a bowl, the avocado slices on top, and finally, if you like that sour cream texture or taste, we're going to add non-fat Greek yogurt to give you that topping you're looking for. For a healthy alternative for vegetarians, add in quinoa and an assortment of beans. And don't miss out on the delicious burrito just because you want to pass on the chicken. That's pretty much it. Make this a fun evening for yourself, friends, or kids. Many times we think we can't go out to eat healthy. We think we can't have fun or enjoy ourselves because eating healthy is boring. It's up to you to make things interesting. To have fun, not only with food, but in life. We all know life's what you make of it. Just because everyone's not meeting at Pizza Hut doesn't mean we can't have an exciting night out with food. Have burrito night when everyone brings their own toppings or homemade salsa. Enjoy a margarita and have everyone wear a sombrero. You don't have to go out to the bar or drink all night to let loose. You don't have to meet for Chinese, and you don't have to miss out on your healthy meal. It's up to us to live healthier and enjoy ourselves. Why not start out with chicken breast burrito night? The news is something special, isn't it? I don't exactly understand the news, but I usually conform to the norm, now do I? I believe most people watch the news because they feel obligated to do so. After all, we aren't responsible adults if we don't know what's going on in the world. Seriously, that's what people believe. You could be sitting right there nodding your head right now. Sorry to disagree with the norms. Well, not really, but I suppose I did feel obligated to say that. I don't think like that, and I'm going to tell you why. Why is absolutely every news headline a negative subject? So-and-so was murdered. So-and-so was raped. This place was robbed. That place was burned down. The news makes it seem like nothing positive happens in the world. Then we give a quick 2-minute segment on something positive. I don't know who they're trying to fool. And we sit there, grab our TV dinners or 12-ounce steaks and soak it all up. This is the way it is. This is the way it's always been. That's why we do it. If something doesn't make sense to me, I usually lose interest. I try to surround myself with positive people in my life. If someone's a complainer, sorry, I'm busy. If someone's always angry about something, sorry, I'm busy. If someone can't find one good thing to say, sorry, I'm busy. And that's the way it should be. Every day we're influenced by others. We are influenced by our environment, and what's more, we choose who and what we allow in our lives. Time and time again, we allow negative Nancy to pull her dark cloud right over us. Can't you feel their energy? It's no secret. All these people do is suck our energy dry, and when it's gone, they move to someone else who will put up with this nonsense, because that's exactly what it is. It's no one's fault but our own. The same way we vote with our food choices, the same way we accept the norm, is the exact same way we accept these things and people in our lives. We have hard enough lives, don't we? Of course I don't believe that, but that's what we think, and that's how many feel. So let's play off that. If our lives are difficult, and we have enough of our own problems, what are we doing trying to solve everyone else's? What are we doing allowing others to drag us down? I know many of you know exactly what I'm talking about. I know some of you feel absolutely drained from the same person we allow in our lives time after time. And we allow it. It's insane. We feel bad. We feel guilty if we turn them down. Let me tell you something. You're not helping them out in the least. All you're doing is reinforcing to them that it's okay for them to drag you down. You're choosing them over your happiness. How's that for self-worth? Your happiness isn't worth moving on from people that drag you down. And we wonder why we have self-esteem problems and a growing rate of depression. I walked into a room the other day feeling pretty good. I was upbeat. I was having a good day. Nothing fantastic, but all around happy with myself. Then the news was on. I'm telling you, I could feel an instant change in chemistry. I'm not talking about any magic, symbols, or stars. I'm telling you, my mood was instantly changed when I started to listen to all the horrible things that were going on in the world. If we all paid attention to our makeup, how we feel, what certain things do to our bodies, you'd know exactly what I'm talking about. And even if you don't, when something negative comes around you, you might know what I'm talking about. So what am I doing? Fooling myself? Pretending nothing bad happens in the place we live in? Absolutely not. I live on this earth. Billions of us do. If something groundbreaking happens, don't you think I hear about it? I can't avoid all the gossip or all the coffee shop talk in passing. Not until I move to an island of my own anyways. Seriously though, when something